do we have the perfect night for it here on Connor Field at Loyola Blakefield. It's your Loyola Dons taking on the McDonogh Eagles here on a very special One Love night at Loyola. As always, I'm Brooks Lepley alongside Reed O'Connor.
Yeah, Brooks, I would say that this is the perfect matchup. The battle of the unbeatens, the Loyola Dons taking on the McDonogh Eagles. It's going to be a great one tonight.
Two very exciting sides in the MIAA. Both 9 games unbeaten, looking to stay perfect throughout the start of the year. Will that be the story tonight is the question, as the Dons in the blue and yellow and the McDonogh Eagles in their white and orange kits.
Earlier this year, McDonogh drew Loyola at home. We'll see if a similar storyline continues tonight or if the Dons will continue their absolute rampage.
The Dons coming off of a Blake Lloyd to take the kickoff, and early as Sammy Walker threw it, but he was offsides. Klink found him through. It was Lloyd who took the kickoff for the Eagles. The Dons still off their perfect season last year with Michael Marciano. And the leadership flipped over to Gaetan Caltabiano, and he's continued the reign of dominance. Sorry if we were having some microphone issues. Hopefully we figure that out. Hopefully you could still hear me, but here's Quaranta charging onto one, and the left foot of Diego Hernandez gives it back to Drew Mattingly, and it's played in the midfield.
Pretty weak clearance there from Mattingly.
Yeah, Goodrich took it back over in the midfield. He's still working on it. It's in the right corner. It's Lloyd, flips it back to Goodrich, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be a Mattingly kick.
Just a tad too much power on that one from McDonogh. Almost had an opportunity there.
Yeah, it was 2 apiece earlier in the season over at McDonogh in Owings Mills, Maryland. We'll see if a different result comes here at home for the Dons. The Dons have made Connor Field a fortress this year. 23-1 is the goal ratio. 1 goal conceded and 23 goals for. So it's been, you couldn't really ask for a better start here at home in 4 games. 23 goals scored, as I already said. But a tougher McDonogh side could change that story tonight.
Yeah, absolute dominance from the Dons at home this season, and the student section has been loving it.
Yeah, 8-0-1 is the total record for the Dons on the whole season. The 1 draw coming to the opposing side of McDonogh. Dons coming off of 3 days of rest. Last game away at Spalding, it was a 2-1 win. And as for McDonogh, their most recent game was a 2-2 tie at second place Curly.
Yeah, Brooks, and as we know, this Loyola offense has just been a juggernaut, even through last season, winning the MIAA championship.
Yeah, it's been the big 3 this year, Walker, Klink, and Molina. As Walker flicks off the Klink here on the left side, now it's a bad ball from Klink. He looked to find the left foot of Joel Romero and couldn't play it in bounds.
Yeah, just misplayed it a little bit behind Joel there.
McDonogh off 2 days of rest, so a short period of time from their last draw, I should say. Quaranta goes up for the header, won by Winnick. It's advantage Loyola, and they'll be played. Free kick taken quickly, and they'll play it back. It was Klink looking for Walker off the break. Yeah, and Reed, nothing really to worry about here for this game. Obviously looking to win at home, but the Dons would stay untouched at the top of the table with 25 points, and McDonogh sitting at 19 points in third, only due to Curley's playing one more game. They're at 10 games played, and McDonough's at 9. But Loyola's really got nothing to worry about if they shake this one off.
Yeah, I mean, agreed, Brooks. They would like to stay unbeaten as they were last year. Obviously, the undefeated season, the championship win. They would like to double up on that 2 years in a row, but nothing too big to worry about.
It's Hernandez with the right foot cross, looking to find Walker on the back post and into the safe hands of Jason Broom.
I know the crowd would be upset if the Dons drop this one, though, as it is the one love game here at Loyola. Big crowd turnout.
Yeah, it's always great to support a cause like that. As Romero gets up on Quaranta at the midfield, it's played through for Brown, now with Lloyd. Gets tripped up from behind, it's Romero, as Lloyd goes tumbling down, and it'll be an indirect free kick right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Romero just ran up behind him and kind of shoved him in the back a little bit. An obvious penalty there for the officials.
It'll be Quaranta as the set-piece taker. Supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month with the pink cleats. Yeah, McDonough's one really struggle this season, Reed, has been their set pieces and really conceding goals off the transition. 14 goals allowed with only 28 scored. It's been a real tough task for them to contain other opposing sides' offense, as here's the Dons on the attack. They've got numbers here.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. The McDonogh, as you were saying about those set pieces, they just got taken out there again. An easy header from the middle of the field for the Dons.
Yeah, an easy clearance. 28 goals for, 14 goals against this whole season wide for the Eagles. It's been a quiet 6 minutes to start the game, each side with their respective chances. As it's Sean Hauserman who plays it into the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I would say most of the time the ball's been on the Loyola side of the pitch.
Ward flicks it in to an open head. Quaranta looked to run in on it, and it's played out to the side. Here's Romero running on his right foot. Plays it out, header, or throw-in taken quickly, excuse me. As Walker's ridden off the ball fiercely, it was Bogue Hahn, the senior.
Yeah, and it looks like McDonough's game plan so far, at least, has been to play tightly on Sammy Walker, who has an abundance of goals this season.
Yeah, Walker and Klink really the charging force, the generals of the field here for the Dons. They usually love to sit at that midfield and love Drew Mattingly to play the long ball up to him and look to flick one in and play a nice little two-man game up at the midfield. But McDonogh making sure they have enough men back in transition. It's been good so far as Andrews plays it back and it's slow-paced.
Yeah, really, it's just been child's play this season, honestly, for the Dons, except for that one game against this McDonogh side where they drew them. But other than that, it's been pretty easy for them.
Addicks, big left foot kick to Lackner. And Lackner's taken down by Hahn. That'll be a yellow card for Hahn early right at the midfield. Lackner's played a big role, a leading role in the midfield for the Dons with that great left foot of his.
Yeah, limping now is Lackner. We'll see if he can shake that off.
Dons have been great inside the final third this year, where most of their goals have come from is on transition, but really on these types of set pieces and easier balls in that they can take their time and attack on. Lots of passes in the final third, and great ball movement leads to a header or just a goal for the Dons, but really just impeccable attacking play all year.
Here they are now. McDonogh just took the ball away from Loyola again.
Addicks charges onto it in the midfield, wins the ball back, tries to flick one in to Walker as it's Winnick. Plays a ball in. That's perfect for Lackner on his right foot, and he'll give it right to Broom. I think he looked for the feet of Clinker Walker there, but Broom early to it, and it's a missed chance for the Dons early.
Yeah, easy snag there for the McDonogh keeper. I mean, just as routine as it gets.
Broom has it. Big right foot up to midfield. Quaranta, Lemming now flicked it ahead. Those two teammates, former teammates, I should say, on one of the Pipeline ECNL squads. Big boot ahead. It's Manikill. Great play there from Mason Manikill, the sophomore, and it's taken away from him by Lemming.
Yeah, I mean, Brooks, you've got to agree so far. Broom has a leg on him.
Yeah,
I mean,
Broom's been launching him up there. Here's Klink. It's played all the way back to Broom, and we'll see if he uses that big right foot of his. He will. Booming kick ahead into the final third. It won't reach it as Lemming played a good ball back to the midfield. And it's out on Lackner. It'll be, oh, excuse me, it was out off Manikill. And Lemming will take the throw in. Ten minutes played here, still no score. It's a picture-perfect October night. Couldn't ask for a better playing night to get this game in. And couldn't ask for two better teams to put on the field either. As Hernandez, Techie, Molina saves it from going out.
yeah, some great footwork there by Melendez. And for those at home who are worried about the Don's slow start, it's been like this all season. They start off a little slow, and then their offense
Winnick
booms.
sees Lackner through, and he's offside by a step. Winnick saw Lackner on that far right side, flicked it in with the right foot, and Lackner took a beautiful touch before the flag went up.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have one there, Brooks, but just a step, like you said, offsides.
Yeah, he had that left foot open, and he was ready to fire. It'll be offsides, just 5 yards outside of the box. Try to time up that run, but as we said previously, McDonogh stacking enough men back to hold this Don's attack as it's flicked ahead, looking for Manikill. It's one-on-one. Now Andrews takes it back. Dons really like to, when they regain possession, I would say they really like to slow the ball down and take possession, get the offense moving from the other side so they can quick transition like right here. Here's Lemming up the right side. He'll pass and run. It's good. He'll flick it into Lackner, and just as I said, here they go. Here's Lackner on his left, now out to Walker. Lemming pressing high in the midfield, and they'll call a foul on him.
Yeah, Walker and Lemming kind of tag teaming there to try to keep the ball from being cleared downfield. Lemming also came up at the end, but submitted the foul.
Whiteout night along with the One Love cause here. Pretty decent crowd here on a Tuesday night for the Dons. They always show out. As here's Quaranta looking to work in the far corner. He'll flick it in right to Andrews. Brown presses. A great touch in the box. Great composure there from Andrews to clear it out. And here's Lemming now with space.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully once the Dons get their offense rolling a little bit more, those boosters will start doing their job a bit better. They've been pretty quiet as far.
A great turn and run from Lemming to get it up to Klink, and here's Brody Good, the sophomore. He had probably, I would say, the best goal of the Dons season, the goal against Calvert Hall, the 7-0 game, probably 10 or 15 yards outside the box off the volley, top corner. Not what you would expect for a sophomore, but him and Lemming are very special, having a starting role here in this side as Molina looked to slide and tackle the ball from Broom, but he got it up to Brown here. He's working on the near side. Brown gives it away, and Molina looked for the quick turn.
That almost looked like he should have jumped to block that one instead of slide, because the keeper already had it on his foot. Maybe if he could have blocked it with his chest.
Here's Maddox Ward taking the throw, and McDonogh wastes it. It's just a big boot ahead. Lets the Dons recover. It was Andrews. Yeah, the sun's starting to set here on October 8th. It's a chilly night, but
And the lights are already on. It's a great night for some soccer.
Winnick's available in the midfield. Good. We'll take it to the sideline and I'll flick it out. Tried to get a little too complicated there. Another big thing to the success on this Don side, Reed, is the depth of this team. I mean, Gaetan Caltabiano not afraid to make any subs this season. He's kept the core group of guys in there, the core 11, but he's not afraid to make substitutions because he knows the depth of this Don side. This Don side is a hard-working team, and it's a next man up squad.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. They've all played amazing this season.
Yeah, lots of age depth on this team too. It's a tight-knit group of guys who won that championship last year, graduated a couple of seniors who are a very crucial part to this team as Blake Lloyd plays it back to Broom.
Yeah, even without those seniors, though, they've still been performing to the highest expectations.
Flicked ahead, Andrews there to contain it. And it's been a really back-and-forth game to start here, and we're 15 minutes in. It's the 25-minute and 30-second mark of this half. Winnick wins it back. It was Walker who had the high press. Lackner will play. Dons have a bit of numbers here, and Hahn anticipated it coming straight to Walker, and that's what happened. And Hahn kicked it out. It'll be a Loyola throw.
Yeah, so the Dons retain possession, and that's crucial because they need to get this offense rolling, as we were saying before.
Yeah, need a shot on goal here would be great. Yeah, Paravano over to Hernandez. Klink, outside foot, gives it to Broom, and that was a close one. That was a good thought from Dan Klink, and saw Sammy Walker, who was charging onto it, but Broom with the safe pair of hands.
Yeah, Walker almost reacted just a step too late there. Almost stole it right out of the keeper's hands.
Yeah, this offense loves to play at home. As we said, 23 goals, kind of repeating it a lot, but the Dons is just so impressive. In 4 games, 23 goals at home. Game with 6 and 7. As a ball is flicked in and McDonogh clears it out, it was Ryan Broom. Still in play, and Mian, the freshman, clears it away and gives McDonogh time to recuperate and recharge here. Dons keeping it in the final third for about 2 minutes now.
Yeah, and stifling so far has been this McDonogh defense, just containing the Loyola offense so far.
All men are forward for the Dons, even Andrews and Paravano. Lemming almost playing as a right wing back. He likes to get up in the midfield as well. He's taking advantage, back to Paravano. Now Lemming's open on the right. Paravano lays off. Quaranta with the high press. Now back to Andrews. He'll play it in. Molina to run on it. He's inside the box. Molina on his right foot. Tries to get Techie past him. He does on his left foot. He shoots, and it's off the edge of the net. But it's off McDonogh, and it'll be a Loyola corner. Great play there, Joseph Molina.
Yeah, it almost looked like Molina would have had an easier chance of it if he had been able to control that amazing touch from Ryan Andrews a little bit better.
Yeah, 2 touches and got past his man. Dons, they favor the near post run, I should say. Stack on the far post, and the men up top like the big tall bodies come in on the near post. It's Winnick taking the set piece, I believe. See if White blocking the vision, and Broom punches it away as Baber Torre is now in the game. Baber Torre now on the right side. Andrews gains it back in the midfield. He'll play it all the way back to Mattingly. Quaranta charging in. High ball played up to the midfield. Winnick with nobody on him. I don't think he realized. Flick back to Klink. Walker with 3 men on. Plays to Klink, and here's Molina. He's through. Molina on his right foot. He'll take a touch on his left, and it's a great play there from Maddox Ward, the junior. But great attacking play once again on 2 minutes later after the shot, and the Dons with another set piece.
Yeah, so far it's been the Molina Broom story. I mean, these two have been going at it so far already. Molina with a couple of shots now.
It was a great ball through to Molina. Corner taken in. It's Klink on the far post, and a safe pair of hands in Broom. It was Winnick taking the corner. It was just a sea of white over there. Good attendance tonight, blocking the corner. Long ball played up. Dons have been impeccable. Haven't been any shots yet. Not a test to this point for Drew Mattingly.
Yeah, all he's really had to do so far was boot a couple balls away.
Yeah, I mean, the back four for the Dons just really composed. As we saw earlier, Ryan Andrews played a risky ball, played it through the middle in the box on his own side, but that just shows you how confident he is on the ball and how much he trusts his teammates. It's just an immense level of brotherhood on this team. Great trust all throughout, and Lemming's on the far side now.
Yeah, Brooks, I like what you said about the teamwork that this team has. I mean, they've obviously got a deep connection and a lot of chemistry, so that's why they've been playing so well together.
Yeah, it's a tight brotherhood. Everyone can trust everyone on this side, and they know it's not a sprint, it's a marathon this whole season. And they trust that, and Coach Gaetan Caltabiano trusts that as well. As Quaranta with a chance on his right foot, and it's flicked away, looking for a handball, and they'll get it on Quaranta. But Brown, Lloyd, and Quaranta now on the offensive, and that was the first test for Mattingly, I should say, but Don's defended well.
Yeah, I mean, we're only a quarter through this game, and we haven't seen a great deal of scoring, but as far, we've seen there's been a good bit of offense. Some shooting, but not much scoring, as I said just before.
Yeah, Quaranta was almost through, and Winnick played it up too high, or so high that it touched Quaranta's hand. That was a great clearance from Winnick. Very smart play there. We're past the halfway mark, 19 minutes to go. Great contest to this point as two subs get ready to come in for McDonogh. It'll be Ryan Broom, the sophomore, on now. It'll be a set piece right around the 20 and the 15-yard line for the Eagles. Quaranta's been the obvious set piece taker for McDonogh, but they've got three men on it. It's Lloyd, Quaranta. I believe that's Manikill there on the far side as well. It'll be Quaranta, the taker, on his inside foot. He'll chip one in. It's Broom who had the chance. Here's Klink. He'll play it out. And we'll get offsides call. Well defended again from the Dons. Impeccable on the set-piece defense.
Yeah, agreed. The Dons have been great on the set piece so far tonight. And we see them defend one once again.
Looking to be a low-scoring affair to this point. Never know what can happen. The Dons have exploded in the second half time and time again against Concordia Prep. And on the Friday Night Lights game, it was 4 tallies for the Dons. So a very unpredictable result. Still, very even game so far as Lackner takes a touch in the midfield. He'll curl one in, and it was Walker who would be a couple steps offside. So he lets that roll in to Broom.
Yeah, Walker's been offsides so far tonight. Hopefully he can fix that and get his offensive production back up a little bit.
McDonogh they know it'll be a tough test with Walker and Klink all day. Here's Klink on the far side. He'll play a little two-man game with Walker. Walker on his right foot looking to cross. He'll take it himself instead. He'll cross off the McDonogh body, looking to keep it in. It's Walker who crosses it in. It's Klink who chips it, and it's a great save from Ryan Broom. Diving one way, his glove the other. He'll look for a punch out. Not in the safe pair of hands, and it'll be a goal kick. But what a play there from Jason Broom.
And that is one of the great saves you will see. He was diving one way and had to come back with his other hand and just bat that one away.
Yeah, the Dons going to be kicking themselves later on if the result doesn't go their way, if they miss that chance. Klink did all he could. I mean, he put it on the right side of that net. Broom anticipated it to go far post, but it stayed near post, and he put his arm out. And it wasn't even in a safe pair of hands, but McDonogh held him up. The defense held him up with the clearance.
Yeah.
Molina in the high press now.
I mean, Broom has been absolutely impeccable so far this game.
Here's Walker with another chance. Winnick holds it in. Don still in the quick offensive. Hernandez now on the far side. They'll play it out.
And I thought Walker was going to have a goal right there. He was one-on-one with the goalie, man left behind.
Yeah, Walker looked for the one more pass there. He looked to head it down to a foot right in the middle. Didn't prevail. On the far side now, it's Winnick. In tight is where the Dons do their best work, especially Molina on the far side wing. But the Dons just unbelievable composure on the ball as Andrews flicks it away from Quaranta.
Yeah, I mean, underrated touch there from Andrews. He had to get his leg up pretty high to swat that one away from the defender.
Far side, it's Molina, one-on-one. This is where he does his best work. On his right foot, looks to curl it in. Flicked away to Brown, who will have not a great clearance, and it's still in for the Dons.
Yeah, McDonough's just skying balls up right now, waiting for them to come down, reach ahead, but...
Here's Hernandez looking for a slide tackle on Brown. Winnick does great and wins it back. Here's Lackner on his right, leaves it a little bit short. It's Klink now. Right over left, on his left foot, right to a body. That was Mian who blocked it.
Yeah, Klink was just pretty bagged on that play. He had three defenders around him trying to get up and head that one.
Two men on, shut down Quaranta. Having to respect his presence. Great striker, sophomore, former Loyola Don. Paravano now on the right. Klink knocked down. Right around the 30-yard line, they'll have an indirect free kick.
Yeah, the Dons are going to regret missing those chances later in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have some time to think on that one. Nothing really they could do as Broom made the save maybe of the season for him. I mean, it doesn't really get much tighter than that in a tight game like this with heavy implications for the Dons, I would say. I mean, it's heavy implications for both sides, but as Hernandez chips one into the back post, it was Klink, and then Walker taps it in, but they're going to get a push off on Dan Klink. But yeah, heavy game implications for both sides. I'd say more so for McDonogh. It's kind of a get-back game. They know they can run with this Loyola side. More so of a get-back game for them. As I said, though.
Yeah, Klink a little upset with himself after that one. Obviously missing a great opportunity.
Yeah, both sides match up well. Loyola's undefeated run from the start of last season on the line as Quaranta looked for it on his outside foot, and it's flicked deep away into the far side corner. But McDonogh with the chance to do something special tonight, knock off the Dons' undefeated record, still on a year and a few weeks now.
Yeah, it's been a good season thus far for the Dons. It would be a crying shame if that happened tonight against McDonogh.
If it would be anybody, it would be this McDonogh side to do it. But both of these sides match up well. And it's been a great 28 minutes of soccer that we've seen so far, treated to a great first half. Lots of chances back and forth play as Walker takes a bad touch and it falls away from him. It was Hahn, flicks up. Here's Broom. Good ball up to the far side wing. looked for playing through, and there's the presence of Michael Lemming. He holds it in, gives Hernandez a ball to run in on, and Hernandez and Molina now on this far side wing, or on this near side wing, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a nice curling pass from Lemming across the field to connect.
Yeah, gave him some room to run on. Now it's Torre, sees Lemming on the far side. Lemming with his own cross, inside foot curl. It's a little bit deep. It'll be Molina now. He has the opportunity to cross one in. Molina, probably the most techie player on this team. Technical, he flicks it through Brown's legs. Left-footed cross, flicked off the line. Excuse me, not off the line. It was flicked in, and McDonogh cleared it back. But McDonogh had the chance to do something special there. Or excuse me, Loyola had a chance to do something special there as they had another chance, but Molina just flicked it right through the legs of Brown, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, Molina has been using that fancy footwork tonight, and we've seen that so far, and what a nice move from him there to extend that chance for the Dons.
Something in the air in this last 10 minutes for the Dons. 3 great chances on net, but this McDonogh defense has been pretty strong to start the game. We'll see if they can keep that up. Still no score, just about at the 10-minute mark to play. Molina's done great work this half, creating 2 or 3 chances. I would say he created almost all 3 of the Dons' chances, but it's just the balls played into Walker and Klink through the middle that are just that much more dangerous, that it's so hard to defend. Lemming plays a deep ball in. It's stopped by Manikill. Now flicked ahead from Winnick. Winnick and Lackner have been doing a great job as well this first half, holding down the midfield.
Yeah, I mean, as you were saying before.
Here's Walker on his right foot. In the box now. Cleared away, and it's a foul on the Dons. But it'll be a McDonogh set piece. Go ahead, Reed.
Obviously, it's that 3-pronged approach, Klink, Walker, and Molina. But then there's also those other important set pieces that are underrated, honestly, because everybody here is an extremely important part of this team. They are what has brought it here to become this undefeated team who's been undefeated since the start of last season.
Yeah, just tons of talent up and down this roster. Every person on the field making their defender respect them up to this point and all season, really. You know, no person on this team can't go out and make that next play happen.
The Dons have been dominating the time of possession thus far.
Yeah, McDonogh only with 1 really dangerous chance. It was 3 men on Quanta, but he still had a foot open, and that was the first real test of this Dons defense. Long ball played in, cleared away, back to the midfield. There's Winnick and Torre to play it, and here come McDonogh. Quaranta flicks one in, it's just short of Brown's left foot.
Yeah, nice snag there by Ryan Andrews to keep him from getting open.
Brought up by Winnick. Now it's Lemming down the far side. Lackner making a run. It'll be Molina in the midfield. It's a 3-on-3 situation. He's charging on his left foot, not afraid to use it. After one-on-one, he flicks back to a Bogan right on his back, right on his tail. I'm not sure if he knew he was that tight on.
And Liam Friedman from McDonogh just sticking with Molina there, not letting him get an angle on the goal. Props to him.
Substitutions as Brody Good comes back on for the Dons. He was subbed out for Torre, or subbed back in for Torre. Hernandez played right back out, and it'll be a deeper throw in for the Dons. Far side, ball played in, and it's right to Jason Broom. He's had a great first half, taking a lot of the balls in tight, not afraid to put himself out there and take that ball from the defenders. There's a strong presence in goal for the Eagles tonight.
There's Broom with his massive leg again.
Here's good now. Play back to Hernandez, flicked hard ahead. Molina played it. Walker now with Lackner on the run. It's 4-on-4. Flicked in. No body there for the Dons.
There was another nice touch from Molina.
Great touch from Lloyd up to Brown.
To start up that run for the Dons. I mean, that one touched his foot and rolled right up his leg over his head.
Quaranta now, inside foot curl, just a little bit deep for Brown. Hernandez was on him, but it was loose coverage. And that could have been another dangerous chance for the Eagles, but played well by Mattingly. Here's good on the ball. Flicks ahead to Lackner, and he's offsides. It was a great idea from the sophomore. Lackner just a little too quick on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, great touch from Good, too. In perfect position for Lackner. And he had a step on him, but it was because of the offsides. You know what I'm thinking, Brooks? I think soccer would be so much easier to score if there was no offsides.
I mean, yeah, the Dons have been called at least 3 or 4 times. It was Walker with the heavy presence who's been called a lot. But, you know, Lackner had that run. That was a great ball from Good. And the Dons would have been home free after that.
I feel like all the games would be like 15-17 if there was no offsides.
I mean, yeah, it's Dons at least 4 or 5 chances called offsides this game alone. I mean, it's just such a common penalty in soccer. And, yeah, you're right. It would just be a lot more high scoring. And Walker's jersey being held by Quaranta.
The fans wanted the call, and they got it. You heard that uproar.
Yeah, great showing all around from each side tonight. Don's looking to carve out at least 1 or 2 more chances before this half ends. 5:28 left.
It'd be nice for the Dons to stack up some goals, at least 1 or 2 before the half ends, grab some momentum, take that into halftime.
Andrews, the captain, he leads this team so well, keeps them all in line, and he's just a great presence on the field, always on that back line. He'll be taking the free kick. Short pass, and there's Paravano on the cross. It was a direct cross at Klink, and then Broom with the safe hands collects it.
Yeah, Klink jumped up and over to try to grab that one, headbutt that one into the goal, keep it away from the sturdy hands of Broom.
Here's good. Back to Andrews. He's alone, sees Hernandez. Klink and Lackner stack on the near side. Don's looking like they're ready to start the attack, and Andrews plays a deep ball in. It's headed right to Hernandez, but now it's in the Dons' attacking side. Here's Hernandez, flicks one back. Good attacking play there from Hernandez, flicked away. It's a bad clearance from Manikill, and the Dons can look to capitalize. But nobody there. Not enough bodies. Oh, it's techie from Diego Hernandez right off the left shoulder.
Yeah, we've seen great touches from the Dons here tonight. They just look so fluent in their ball handling skills. And, I mean, honestly, that's what helps them win these games is the the footwork from Molina, and then obviously the techiness that we just saw there.
Yeah, really the composure that the Dons have on the ball as well, I would say. You know, nobody afraid to take that pass or make that long ball happen. Not afraid when the man is charging on. It's just composure all around the field. Sun has completely set, and we're under the lights here on this Tuesday night.
Yeah, one of the few times since the very beginning of the first half, that McDonogh has really had it down in the Don side of the pitch for a long amount of time.
Yeah, it's a settled possession to start. Just under 5 minutes to go here. It's a settled possession. Now it's a set piece. It'll be Lloyd taking it from the right side. I think McDonogh likes Quaranta taking it from the left on his right foot. But here's Lloyd with one set piece, 2:50 to go. Big chance here for the Eagles. Flicked in by Lloyd, headed out, and it's just left of the goal, And Mattingly will have a goal kick.
Yeah, great chances from both teams. And by the way, we're going to go in tied at half, 0-0.
Still, disregarding the score, great half of soccer that we've seen here. Not undermining the play at all. It's just undefeated versus undefeated, as I said in my intro, if the mic was working, if you could hear me. But it's just been exactly what you would kind of expect, just very even play and hard play from both sides, really working their tactics against the other side. And neither defense has really, they've been bent, not broke up to this point, 2:13 to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of been reminiscent of a game of football where all the teams do is punt. You're just gaining ground and losing ground and gaining ground, and then one side just clears it all the way to the other side, and then we just restart and do it again.
Yeah, the Dons favor the long ball, definitely, as McDonogh definitely likes to play more in transition. Now Broom has it, under 2 minutes to play here. Long ball, no touch and a turn from McDonogh. Hahn plays it over to the midfield. It's a good touch from Winnick. Tried to play one ahead. Ball one back. Molina flicked it ahead. Walker loses the duel, but it's a foul, and the Dons are going to look to charge ahead on the attack here. We're under a minute to play. They're going to look to take it quickly. Don's trying to see why they can't take it. It'll be Paravano, the center back, to take the free kick. One last chance here for the Dons. He'll play it off to Lemming. It's what the Dons love to do. Lemming will flick a deep ball in, and it's in the safe hands. Once again, as I've said a lot this half, because it's happened a lot, in the safe hands of Jason Broom.
And here comes another punt.
Yeah, we're under 30 seconds. McDonogh looking to take it easy. They're going to try and get one more chance. Flicked in, taken back from Winnick. There's 10 seconds, but Dons are in their own half. So it'll be a mellow end of the half, but an exciting half of football here on we're talking about football a little bit. It was a really exciting half of soccer that we've seen here. 0-0 is our score going into halftime, but a great half of soccer, and we'll see you in the second half here on the Loyola Sports Network. As we welcome you back here on the Loyola Sports Network, it was a great first half of soccer that we saw here under the lights on Connor Field. We await the kickoff. Reed, what were your thoughts on that first half performance?
I thought that it was a little bit slow on the scoring side, but obviously the offenses have been performing. They just have not been capitalizing on their chances that they've got.
Yeah, I would say more so a defensive shootout in this game. Both sides performing like undefeated teams, exactly what you would expect going into the second half. Tied was the result of the first half. It was a draw. Dons really making no changes from their starting 11, except for Joel Romero. He's not starting this second half. It'll be Molina, Klink, and Walker up front. But a big half awaits for both sides. If the result holds, it's a point aside, as the Dons would like that result, but more so would love another win in front of a nice home crowd.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Molina. Yeah, and as you were saying, Brooks, Molina, Klink, and Walker up there, that three-pronged approach. Yeah, them three up there, the three-pronged approach, obviously they're top three goal scorers on this team. So look to see them, what they can do in this half.
I think the Dons are going to switch more into an attacking game plan. They know it's time to go now. They've seen everything that this McDonogh defense have showed them. Now it's time to go for Gaetan Caltabiano and the Don side. It's Lackner near side on his left, flicks it. It was Walker with a poor touch. Lemming holds it on our side. Played ahead, it's Javier Brown. One back, once again by Will Winnick. Boy, has he played a nice role in this Dons midfield. Him and Cal Lackner, but really Lackner's been playing more on the attacking side. He's played some great passes through, and Winnick's been holding the ball and winning it back, winning a lot of duels in the midfield tonight.
Yeah, agreed, Brooks. And so far in this second half, it's really just been a footwork war in this first 2.5 minutes. But those two teams have been really going at it when it comes to that nitty-gritty.
Yeah, Don's looking for the long ball. That's been their game plan ever since the start of last season. Lemming now, poor touch, gives it away. He'll run in. He's guarding Maddox Christian, the junior. Now Quaranta. Nobody on the far side. It's 4 bodies in blue.
Back to that poor touch by Sammy Walker. We've seen a couple of those tonight by the whole Dons offense that have just kept them from capitalizing on some of those chances.
Yeah, the composure's been there. It's just in the moment when they really had the chance and bodies forward, the Dons haven't taken the great touches as McDonogh's in, and they score! McDonogh stunned Loyola 3 minutes into the half. And they had the chance on the far post and sneak one past Drew Mattingly. And the Dons find themselves in a hole to start the second half.
Yeah, and McDonogh with just a masterful offensive series there. They went down the field and just scooted one right past Mattingly, crossed it right into the goal, and disaster for the Dons so far. And they'll look to get it started back up again.
Believe it was Drew Goodrich, the junior, who snuck that one past Mattingly, and that's the second goal all season in the 5th game of this year that the Dons have allowed. But McDonogh now can play very defensively. That puts him in a great spot, especially against such a high caliber attack of the Dons. It puts him in a great spot to really sit back and defend.
Yeah, and hopefully this this little bit of momentum that's been building up for McDonogh, now added onto with the goal, doesn't continue. Hopefully the Dons can put a stop to that and start gaining some momentum of their own.
Everything's been there. All the pieces of the attack have been there, haven't been able to connect the dots. Has been the story for the Dons tonight. They haven't really put everything in one and put a solid, really solid chance. Their best chance of the night was on the far side versus Jason Broom when he made the diving one-handed stop. And that's about it, where the Dons have had a really solid shot on net. But now they're in a hole, and they're going to need to get it going here.
Yeah, and Broom has been basically perfect all night tonight. Obviously, that amazing save, the one-handed bat, and then just a bunch of other ones where he's just jumped up and gotten the ball into his nice, secure hands to keep it from the Dons offense.
Good touch from Lemming there. Gives it right back to Paravano. Flicked in on the header. Lackner had an opportunity. It's another poor touch from Lemming. He gives it away. He was charging onto it, had to stop his momentum to make that play happen. And there's the general of the field, the captain, Ryan Andrews, winning it back in the midfield. We saw a lot of that in the first half. Really only 2 settled attacks for McDonogh. That they really had a chance to move the ball around and pass in that final third. All credit due to Will Winnick and Ryan Andrews, along with Paravano, Hernandez, and Lemming holding that back down in that first half. Just a little slip up to start the half, but as good as the Dons have been in this second half all year, they've got a real shot. The Dons are really never out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, agreed, Brooks. They put up 7 goals against Calvert Hall after a semi-slow start. So hopefully they can bounce back, score 1 or 2 to keep this game within reach.
Yeah, too deep for Lackner. And yeah, that was a side that Calvert Hall hadn't allowed any goals all season. And the Dons kind of broke down that defense early. It was 5 goals in the first half and then 2 in the second half. And man, a 2-goal second half here would be very beneficial. But as of now, the streak will be ended for the Dons, looking to keep that alive.
Yeah, as we were saying before, not huge implications for the Dons. They would remain number 1 at the top of the MIAA. But again, as we were saying, it would be a giant morale loss for the team if they took a loss this early in the season, because they were hoping for a repeat of last year, obviously, with that undefeated season.
Ball played in, and McDonogh now in the box again. 1-0 our score here, just about 7 minutes in.
It's a set piece for McDonogh. They roll it in slowly.
Left foot, big boot, and calm and composed is Drew Mattingly as he punts a big one away.
Mattingly doesn't have quite the leg as Broom on the other side of the pitch, but we know he's an amazing goalkeeper. He's been so all year.
Now get this, Reed. The Dons haven't lost since November 3rd of 2022 in the MIAA semifinals to John Carroll. So it's been almost 2 years. It'll be the 2-year mark in just under a month that the Dons haven't conceded to another side. Not saying they haven't had a draw. I mean, the Dons had 4 of them last season and 1 of them so far this year. But man, almost 2 years going without a loss. If this result holds, it'll be devastating for the streak. But how good this Dons team is with their composure and brotherhood, they could handle it.
Yeah, and obviously the streak, but as I was saying before, for that morale too, the team has been riding high as of late, obviously, because they haven't conceded a loss yet. It would be just crushing to do so now. The student section crowd is trying to will these Dons to score some goals and get the win.
It's a set piece for McDonogh. We've seen already almost the amount of dangerous chances that they've had in the first half already in the second half. So whatever message Coach Quaranta gave in that halftime talk was powerful. And Mattingly punched it away, and it was still up for grabs as he got it up in the air.
Yeah, took that one right off the defender's head.
Hey, but Quaranta must have delivered a very strong-hearted message at halftime. Maybe we can get what he said after the game if the result holds. But Don's going to need to pick it up in their pace here. Obviously a very defensive side and a very aggressive side when they have their chance. Dons like to sit back in possession and wait for those holes to open.
And they're doing so right now. I mean, just kicking it around, waiting for that perfect opportunity to open up.
Yeah, there's Lemming with a great turn, right foot open, kicks it into Lackner, and it's taken away from him. Great defense there. That's Bo Khan, the senior.
And this has also been a huge part of the game. That McDonogh defense has been absolutely stifling. That was a great takeaway there from Lackner.
Flicked ahead, it's Christian. 2-on-1 attack. Here's Quaranta, open on his right foot. He looks to flick it, and it's an absolute cookie. It's Drew Mattingly there with the safe pair of hands, but Quaranta really had more time than he thought. He was opening, and he took the touch first time, and it was just an absolute cookie served on a platter.
Yeah, once again, doesn't really get any more routine than that for Mattingly. He could have easily taken a couple more steps and booted that one in past him, but
outside foot of the boot for Quaranta. But yeah, he took that touch first time. He looked to get it a little more outside than he did. Definitely frustrated now that he knew he had all that time. It really wasn't a bad idea. Props to Quaranta for being that open, but he just couldn't find a way around Mattingly.
Really just a lucky break for the Dons. It looked like the defenders that were on him shaded off to the original pass. That's what helped Quaranta get so open.
I mean, Coach Quaranta has seen this Don side, even under Marciano last season, with a lot of the same tactics that they have this season. And Val Quaranta is fouled in the midfield. A little pushing and shoving going on there, but Quaranta very familiar with this Dons team and how they play and their tactics. So it's going to be tough to break through. Maybe Gaetan Caltabiano looks to change something up. It hasn't been the case so far. Dons love the long ball. He's stayed on that this second half. Maybe a little quicker in transition as Lemming plays. Manikill flicks around. It's Goodrich now, the goal scorer. Lloyd.
Yeah, and as I talked about earlier, that momentum is building for McDonogh. They have a little bit more confidence now that they're up.
Yeah, Manikill flicked Lemming off the ball, left foot, looks deep, and he didn't think Quaranta would stop and make the run. Quaranta didn't really stop, he just put it way deeper. And the two sophomores looked to connect inside of the box right there. No prevail, and it's a goal kick.
Not going to lie, there was just nobody home on that one. A great cross from, great cross in front of the goal, those are the most dangerous types because they could easily just be tapped right in.
Yeah, Mattingly would have been held alone there, and Walker and Klink really held quietly in that first half. The two big presences on the offense, as here's Lackner down the right side. He's been great tonight. One back by McDonogh. It'll be a throw. 10 minutes gone in the second half of play. We've seen late heroics before from this Don side, especially against McDonogh. You know, last year, the 2-2 tie to end the season. Right around the last few games, it was Andrews who flicked a backwards header in. I remember that. He flicked it in to tie the game 2-2 late in the game. It was right around mid to late season, and Quaranta steps out. But we've seen late heroics, and the scoreline has been 2-2 a couple times for this Don's versus McDonogh matchup. But doesn't look that way. Not a high-scoring affair. The Don's going to need to get it rolling.
Yeah, and I wasn't at the first game at McDonogh's home stadium, but I know from a couple of guys that told me that it really wasn't as close as it should have been, right? Dan Klink missed 2 PKs.
Yeah, I heard that. That was a crucial moment. I mean, the Dons could have sealed a win, maybe even split the season series if the game holds. But here's Manikill. He's been good in the attack tonight on his left foot. Somebody's there. It was number 11. That's Maddox Christian, the junior.
Christian couldn't really do anything with it.
It'll be another set piece, their second corner of the half for the Eagles. And the Dons really haven't had a settled attack this half yet in 10 minutes. Tonight, Reed, has really been a lot of play in the midfield. That's kind of been the turning point of the game. I mean, Winnick and Lemming and Lackner have really been great in the midfield, and they've been holding the ball. It's just been a couple missed touches and for this Don side and a couple out-of-positioning moments on this Don's defense that put them in the hole they're in.
Right, it's really been a game of chess. If you control the middle, you win the game. And that's how it's been so far.
Yeah, well said. As the Dons have an attack here. Good touch from Molina. He charges ahead full speed. 2 men on him. Still on the ball in the box. Has Winnick at the top. Just one moment and this crowd would erupt. You can see the frustration from this Dons team, and it's Winnick to take the corner. One moment could boost the morale and the confidence of this Don side. Just to get it level would be a huge turning point in this game. Dons obviously can't concede another, but here's Winnick on the corner. It's deep. It's punched away by Broom. Out, and it'll be another corner now on the near sideline for the Dons.
Yeah, that one looked like a good set piece, but Broom, the amazing keeper, got his hands on it and managed to swat that one away. Too bad. Another missed opportunity for the Dons.
He really hasn't been afraid to go up there and punch it away. That was not a great clearance. It was on the back line, but the Dons didn't take any capitalize. It's a low corner into this time. Punched away, whistle blown, offsides. "15 minutes gone here in this second half. Again, our score, McDonogh 1, Loyola 0. Just a quick start for McDonogh. Only tally in this game so far. Quick start of the second half, should say.
Yeah, as Loyola makes a couple more substitutions.
Yeah, Romero back in the game. Not really crunch time yet, but the Dons, as I've said a lot, need to get it going on attack. A little timid to start the second half. I wouldn't say timid, I'd say good in defense from McDonogh. They've been stellar all night, holding Klink and Walker quiet to 0 goals. I mean, I think this is the longest the Dons haven't scored all season.
Yeah, we're well into the second half now, and the Dons still with that big old goose egg on the board, looking to turn that around, hopefully, and put some life back into these Dons fans.
Yeah, I mean, not only are Sammy, Dan, and Joseph Molina big presences, big bodies, it's just, they can really take the touch and be that much more composed on the ball. It's not as much their big body at the midfield that's been contained. It's just they haven't really had space to move their feet all night. It's been a high press right at the midfield that's held this Dons team to a 0. And I think the Dons have been a little too laid back in attack tonight. I mean, they've had their chances, but when it's time to go, it's time to go, and they need to realize that.
Not sure what the stoppage is for right now.
The malfunction with the scoreboard.
But we're in a little bit of a break.
Yeah, as they're trying to figure things out, we'll go to break. We'll be right back. 24 minutes to play on the Loyola Sports Network. All figured out, and we resume play here.
Yeah, the Dons, hopefully that little stoppage took away some of that McDonogh momentum, because the Dons do not have any of it on their side right now. McDonogh has just been really dominant this second half of play.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it in the air. It's just a sense of no pride and no really enthusiasm. No pride in cheering for the Don side. I mean, the crowd always enthusiastic and love when something good happens. It's just a sense of deadness in the crowd right now. Nothing really happening. Nothing really to cheer for.
Yeah, Sammy Walker just thrown to the ground right there. No call.
And look, the Dons, they've played a great game. Nothing to complain about. And that's what's gotten this crowd into the game at some points. The Dons have played really fluid in defense and attack so far. It's just not gone their way. A couple bad touches, a couple bad bounces, but crowd's been playing a huge part, and definitely this Don side feeds off great energy. Like a crowd like tonight, it's just a little bit dead right now as Lemming charges on. Here's Lackner, and he just misses Walker, and things like that. It's just a missed pass. He would have had Walker through it with a little more juice on it, but it's honestly a little predictable, Reed, at this point. They know where they're going to go with the ball, but they can't really execute.
Yeah, not a great touch there from Lackner. It just looked like he was rushing, which is understandable given their predicament at the moment. But
flicked in. Here's Quaranta with a chance. He's offsides.
When things like this happen, you got to slow the ball down a little bit. Gain your composure. There's some controversy on the field.
Second time Quaranta's had a one-on-one in this second half. He's dangerous on the ball. Great footwork, great soccer background in his family. Little chip ball to Lemming. Molina now. Got to take it to the middle of the field, and he does that. He's quick in attack. Here's Molina. Has somebody on the far side. It's Romero. Bad touch to the outside. He's going to look to cross it first time. Nobody home on the far post. Lackner looks to win it back in the box. Good touch from Manikill there in the box. Really composed to take that kind of move in the box, but now Winnick has it back. Walker looked to play it first touch by himself, looked to take it in. Torre wins it back.
Yeah, and as you were saying, McDonogh, they look composed right now. They really do. They're slowing the ball down when they have it on offense, and they're just waiting for those opportunities to open up. That's why they're leading 1-0 right now.
Yeah, they're really moving as a unit all around the field as we're at the halfway mark of the second half. They're moving really, really well as a team together. You know, their attacks are planned. They know where they're going with the ball. They want to find Quaranta down the middle, and they're really shifting towards the ball on defense. Klink now back on the field. Lackner off. Maybe gave him a little bit of rest there to start the half. Now it's go time. It's turning into crunch time now with 20 minutes to play. Dons need a tally on that scoreboard. Klink right in the action after he's gotten on. Romero now plays it off his defender, and it's out. It's a throw-in. The lone goal, 3 minutes in from McDonogh. It was Drew Goodrich to open the scoring. Has really opened McDonogh up to new possibilities and really helped them command this half. I mean, the time of possession's been pretty even this half. It was all Dons in that first half. Maybe a little too conservative to start the half, but Lemming looks to start a dangerous attack.
And they need it right now.
Andrews. Now to Paravano. It's passing between the back four, the back line of defense. And look, I'm just now noticing this, but you know, they've got a man on Walker and Klink all game long. It's not really a static zone like you see a lot of times in soccer, but I mean, as we saw there was number 25, Rasik Mian, the freshman. He was tightly guarding Klink even though he didn't really even have the ball, or he was near it. He didn't really have an opportunity to make a run in, but he was tightly guarded there. That's a great strategy from Brandon Quaranta.
Yeah, and when a team has two amazing players like Klink and Walker, that's the kind of defense that you have to play in order to slow them down. You have to discourage them, man them up at all times, make them feel like they can't make a play on the ball. That's how you win games, and that's why they're winning right now.
That's what's happened. Molina, now it's Walker. Out to Molina, and Romero missed the pass. Winnick loses the challenge. It's flicked up in the air. Brown looks to run on it.
Almost a great opportunity there for the Dons. Two McDonogh defenders got tangled up while trying to maneuver the ball. They almost lost it, but no luck.
Both sides of the ball, really great transition in back to defense. Really tough to score on the transition. I know that's a very big commonality in this Dons offense, scoring on the transition, and really scoring during settled play hasn't really been the trend tonight for either side. I mean, it was a quick attack, but it was settled for McDonogh. It was just really quick wing play that got McDonogh and Goodrich that goal. Here's Loyola on the attack, excuse me. It's Winnick. Have Hernandez. See, here's where the Dons have to get it going when they change the side. When they flip the side of play, they're really going to need to be quick on their feet and quick on the attack as Klink runs it back to the middle of the field. Torre takes a step over it. Lemming takes a nice touch in on his right foot. Deep and off the edge of the crossbar. Michael Lemming with a great chance there to open up the Dons scoring. But a great, great idea. Here's Romero, look to play it first time. It's out to Quaranta. He's going to need to be composed here. Plays it off Paravano. But boy, what a chance did the Dons have there. Outside of the box, it was Lemming with the right foot.
And it just hit the corner. Like, you would almost have to be aiming for that to hit it. But it hit right where the crossbar and upright meet.
Yeah, right on the edge, as you said. I mean, Lemming, great shot there, just couldn't go. And the story of bad bounces and really bad touches has kind of continued for the Dons. That was a bad bounce just right over the net. Tad bit unlucky, I will say, but really shouldn't come down to this. With 15 minutes left in the half, or really the first opportunity to score for the Dons.
Yeah, honestly, Brooks, you said it well. Just unlucky there for Lemming. He thought he had a goal. He really did. It was a greatly placed ball. Broom couldn't get to that one, and that's how you got to do it with a keeper such as Broom, because he has been absolutely stifling tonight.
Romero, right in the middle of the field, takes a nice touch back. It's Andrews looking to play the long ball now. He'll chip one down. It's Klink. Lemming makes the run on the far side. Klink doesn't look at him. And Walker had a charge there through the center. Great touch away from the McDonogh defender. And here comes Christian on the attack. Offsides is Quaranta.
And that was an obvious offsides. He honestly shouldn't have even touched that one. There was nobody with even close to him and the goalie.
25 minutes played here. One really great shot on goal by Lemming that we just saw a minute ago. Here's Walker now. Takes a touch now on his right, and the ball is taken from him. And another lost ball from Walker. Great defense on him tonight. Here's Paravano. Great touch from Michelangelo Paravano. And he touched it off Quaranta, but he's not going to get the call.
And he was looking for it, begging to the official to get that call. I thought it went Loyola's way too.
Yeah, at this point in the game, those calls are what matter. But referee thought he had it right. He probably does have it right. And here's McDonogh in the attack. Cleared away, and here's a transition opportunity for the Dons. They're really going to need men ahead here. And just a sea of white swarming back for McDonogh. I mean, that's what we were talking about, quick in transition, and the Dons have it on the far side now. They switch play, need to get bodies in. It's a left foot cross. Walker lets it run deep for Klink, and he just hits it just off the top of the ball. He looked for the volley, and it will be a deep throw in. 13:38 to play.
Just another one of those missed opportunities. It looked like Klink was going to get his full foot on it and just hammer it into the goal. Barely missed it and booted it right into the ground.
Yeah, definitely the sloppiest that the Dons have played all season. 13 minutes left in the second half, still without a goal. Dons looking for any signs of life here late in this second half. Still time to go here.
This student section just trying to will their team back into this game.
Klink took a touch, turned around, and don't know really what the call was there, but it'll be McDonogh ball. It'll be a Broom goal kick. (1-0) our score, as we've said. 12:33 and ticking to play. It's been the story of both defenses tonight. McDonogh has been superb in containing the big three up front that we all know the Dons have. That's a bad tackle that catches Ryan Andrews down. He's holding his shin. It'll be a yellow card. And just a sloppy play there from Maddox Christian.
And like you said, McDonogh has been bagging those top three offensive stars for the Dons. So it's really those other position players that need to step up for them.
Yeah, Will Attic subbed into the game now. Don's going to need to send more bodies in on the attack. Hernandez curls one in. That's a great ball to the deep post. Just inside of the 6-foot box, excuse me. It was Broom who holds it, looking to calm his team down. 11:54 to play here on Connor Field. Under the lights on this Tuesday night. We've been treated to a great performance from both sides. Dons really haven't connected the puzzle pieces at all tonight. And then McDonogh opened the second half with a bang, with a goal inside of 3 minutes. in the start, and it's a foul advantage Loyola, and they'll play it right away. It's the Dons with the indirect free kick. The slowest game we've seen the Dons play all year. Probably the best game McDonogh's played all season, all around, in all aspects of the game. The Dons just playing slow all around in attack, really not getting the attack started. And it's really not been because of the Dons' attack. It's really just been all credit due to the McDonogh midfield and defense.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us now, as we were saying earlier, the Dons have just been amazing at home. What was the goal differential again, Brooks?
It was 23-1 goals. So 23 goals for and 1 goal allowed all season as the Dons had a chance there and Broom clears it away. But yeah, 23 goals for in just 4 matches for the Dons. So really impressive attack.
And now you can add another one to that, goals against.
Yeah, so 23-2 in 5 games. I mean, we've seen the Dons 7-0 against Coward Hall, 6-0 against Concordia Prep. So some big numbers posted up here at home. Just not having it tonight as we're at 10 minutes to play in the second half.
Yeah, and like we've been saying, the Dons just look sloppy at this point. They're not playing up to their expectations or at the level that they've been playing at all season and all of last season.
Yeah, Klink almost had Walker through just a bit deep, and Broom calms his team down, looking to slow everything down under 10 minutes now. And if it's ever been crunch time it's crunch time now, especially now with 0 goals at home. And the Dons with the feet in the headlights if nothing changes here.
Great no-look pass there from Klink to get it to the outside.
Yeah, it's almost the 2-year mark that the Dons haven't conceded a game, much less conceded at home. It was the MIAA semifinal where they conceded against John Carroll in 2022. Hernandez plays back. Winnick. Now to Klink. Molina on his left foot, fakes it. Again on his left foot, here's Lagner! Another save from Jason Broom, and boy has he been awesome tonight. Jason Broom, 2 goal line stops, and that one wasn't even with his hands. That was with his feet. Boy, Jason Broom, have yourself a night.
And that one, props to Jason Broom, amazing save, but it was more on Lackner. He just put that one on the ground and made it possible for Broom to grab that one.
Yeah, if he just elevated that ball a little bit into the top right, it would have had a better shot of going in, but boy, that's the second save that Broom's had that really shocked this crowd. I mean, those two are balls that Lackner and Klink both, they put away 10 out of 10 times throughout the regular season. I mean, that's really just a rare occurrence, and Broom has been the top of his game all night. Seven minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock here. Hernandez now takes it infield. Hernandez flicks out to Lackner. He's onside, flicks in. There's Klink on the back post off the volley, and it just mishit once again from Dan Klink. 7:18 to play, and that's 2 offensive chances in 2 minutes for the Dons that really should be put away. And it's the story of not putting away their chances once again against McDonogh. I mean, Klink had the 2 missed PKs earlier in the season, just missed that opportunity. Lackner had the opportunity again 2 minutes ago, but man, have the Dons been getting unlucky tonight? Yes, but should they have cleaned this play up? Yes, as well. So it really shouldn't come down to those chances.
Yeah, the Dons fans are just stunned right now. Just absolutely stunned.
Yeah, those chances are put away any other time. any other place.
Especially
Just wouldn't go.
especially that one from Cal Lackner. I mean, he needs to finish just a little bit better on that one, and it goes in for sure.
Don's definitely showing more aggression. Here's Molina. Has Lackner wide open, and he's fouled. Should be a yellow card, and the yellow card is shown. It was stopping a fluent attack. I mean, he had Lackner wide open on that right side. But here's a great set-piece opportunity for the Dons. Maybe even allowed to get a shot off here, or wanting to get a shot off here, I should say.
And Brooks, I mean, really needing to get a shot off here if they want to stay in this game. I mean, the Eagles are only up by 1 right now. If the Dons can put one in, they still have a chance to draw or even win this.
Yeah, the Dons would be happy with a draw from the way that McDonough's been playing tonight. I mean, so would any team in the MIAA. I mean, McDonogh really has played the top of their game, and boy, do they need to. I mean, obviously playing on the road is different, but playing at Loyola is different. As I said in the intro, Dons have made this place a fortress all season, so for the Eagles to come in here and really play to the level they have is very impressive, and it's been a great playing performance tonight from all the boys in white.
Yeah, I mean, the way things are looking right now, it'll be these two teams in the MIAA Conference Championship.
Yeah, definitely a championship type matchup that we have going on tonight. Broom is up, and he is okay. But it'll be... Lemming is definitely one of the people favored to take the set piece. I mean, he had that great shot. The inside foot curl that almost found the top right corner, just about a couple inches high.
Yeah, and if you're a little bit confused, that's Broom the sophomore, not Broom the senior. The senior's in goal.
It's Paravano and Lemming deciding where to put this ball. Lemming finds Lackner. He'll touch it off, and it's a shot right into the hands of Jason Broom, and he'll fall on it. Chewing clock here. We're under 6 minutes. It was a great game plan. A little flick ahead, and then Walker played it right back for a quick little shot. But Broom halted that opportunity.
Yeah, McDonogh really needs, Loyola really needs to play very aggressive here in these last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the last 5 minutes that we've seen have been great attack from the Dons. I mean, what we've seen all season was kind of in a nutshell all there. The great attacking play, it just the finishing has not been there at all tonight for the Dons.
And here they go, some final opportunities.
Yeah, they're going to need bodies forward, and Clink shoves his man. On those long balls, they're going to send all men forward, trying to get any bodies down there. As we said, tons of talent on this team, so through and through, anyone can really play on the attacking side of the ball. It's just who steps up. And we're going to see who steps up in this last 5 minutes. We're under 5 officially to play. If you're joining us, it was the junior number 7, Drew Goodrich, who put the tally on the board for the Eagles here. 3 minutes into the second half was the goal. He just snuck it past Mattingly on the far post. Here's the Dons on the attack. And it's just a chip to the other side. Nobody is there. I mean, maybe Hernandez looked to make the run down that other side.
The Dons really frustrated now at this point.
Yeah, Molina made the run down the side, played it to the middle, and then nobody was on the other side.
Things are looking dire.
Yeah, it really is crunch time. I mean, I've said it a lot, definitely, but man, it really is time to go. Under 4 minutes now, and the clock keeps ticking.
I'd love to see a last-second comeback for the win here from the Dons. 2 straight goals.
And they're just going to put that ball in deep. They're going to waste some time. Magnley holds it. 3:30 to play here. Dons looking for a few more good attacking chances. Hernandez now on the near side wing. Crowd starting to feel it. Can the Dons carve out a couple more good chances and put one in the back of the net? Addicts. Now gives to Hernandez. Play a deep ball in. Flicked, and it's Klink! And it's just left of the goal. It was a lob of a header. And boy, Diego Hernandez, man, he played a really great ball into Klink there, and that was the perfect move. And it was just left of the net there. We're under 3 to play, but boy, I mean, that's just probably the 5th chance in this 10-minute span that the Dons really should put away, but just a bad bounce there, and Klink almost had the evener, or the leveler, excuse me.
Just an absolutely amazing pass there onto Klink, but he just couldn't finish. Once again, that has been the story of this game so far for this Dons offense. They have not been able to finish those key chances.
Yeah, the leveler would have been huge there. The crowd would have gone crazy. Still time. Crowd looking for a foul. The clock will stop at 2:05.
The McDonogh bench real fired up right now.
Stoppage in play here, 2:04 left to play. It's looking like it'll be McDonogh ball.
Yeah, got granted a set piece.
Well, it'll really be a great test here of if this McDonogh side can hold on to the ball. And just for how long enough. Only need it for 2 minutes and 3 seconds to run out this clock. And absolutely stun Loyola on home turf, too, which is the significant part about it. The Broom, deep back spinner into the Loyola side. They're going to look to hold it off, and it is a goal kick.
Loyola gets back possession.
Almost a penalty kick given there. I mean, it was nifty in knocking a man over. Addicts was there, and so was Andrews. 1:54 to play to keep the streak alive.
Mattingly ready to boot it away. Waiting for his guys to get deep.
Quaranta, great smart play there. Makes Addicts run in deep, and Brown there to cover it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bicycle kick there by Quaranta.
Winnick now. Can't play it back now. They're 1 minute, 30 seconds on the clock and ticking. Here's Molina, far side. Dons need a miracle here. Molina on his left foot. Now inside the box. Also be crucial if the Dons could draw a penalty here. That's a good touch. Out, it's Loyola ball. It's a throw in for Addicts, taken quickly. We're under a minute to play here on Connor Field. Lemming takes a good touch. He's on his right, now on his left. Now Molina flicks it in. It's Klink waiting for it in the middle. Another ball in. Walker, now Lechner on his right. Cleared away. 40 seconds to play. Good chances here for the Dons. Crowd getting into it. And a stoppage in play. 37 seconds to play.
The Dons need a miracle here.
And it's Jason Broom who will have the ball.
Can they pull it off?
36 seconds to play. He's going to look to boot it in deep and have bodies down there to hold it. Only risk is the Dons in transition. I mean, this second half has been filled with Dons chances, just have not prevailed. And it's just so frustrating. You can understand, you can see the frustration in every single one of these players' faces for the Dons.
Yeah, the two chances that really stand out to me are that Klink header that went just left, and that Lackner missed finish where he just tried to roll it into the goal.
As we expected, the deep boot from Broom flicked in deep. Romero going to need to punt it ahead now. He does that. Winnick wins the duel. Here's Lloyd now, takes it deep to the sideline. We're under 20 seconds to play. Good slide tackle. The Dons going to need to put it ahead. There's 13 seconds on the clock. Deep ball in. McDonogh plays it ahead. 5 seconds and ticking. We're with 3 seconds left. 2, and the clock expires. The McDonogh Eagles come into Loyola Blakefield and stun the home crowd. It's 1-0 our final score. McDonogh break the streak of Loyola's unbeaten run.
Just an absolutely amazing upset here for the Eagles. It's been almost 2 years since the Dons lost a soccer game. And here it is against the McDonogh Eagles.
All credit due to Brandon Quaranta and all the guys on this McDonogh side. It was number 7, Drew Goodrich, the junior, putting the Eagles up on the tally early in the second half, and then it was all downhill from there for the Dons. Great play on both sides. Undefeated, no more is the story for the Dons. 1-0 is our final score. Signing off, I'm Brooks Lepley alongside Reed O'Connor. We thank you for tuning in. Have a good night and be safe.